Okay, we're on our way to a village right now, which we need to get the better enchantments. That way we can get right to making the builds, which is what I'm most interested about. I'm actually considering moving to where this village is, to be honest. It'd be a lot more convenient to be next to them, but I don't know. We'll see how that goes. Is that a bath? We should put a villager in the bath and make him dance for us. So yeah, this series is basically mostly going to be about building. Well, when did they add this? I want to start recording, and I thought I might as well get acquainted with my own Let's Play series like every YouTuber does, and everybody wants to watch. Everybody wants to watch the 1 millionth, 10 trillionth video of somebody playing Minecraft. Isn't that fun? Isn't that interesting? Isn't that what people want to watch? Some children. Look at them go. Oh, I'm gonna name you Doofus 1 and Doofus 2, because you have no rights. Okay, stuff is moved, and I'm going to check back up with you when I have allowed these children to fully grow. Hopefully by then I'll have a stick trader, a fletcher, and mending or fortune or something like that, as well as like a way to breed them, get them going. I think I'm going to make like a little bit of like a chest area to put all my stuff. As well as I'm going to start gathering some materials for my base. So yeah, I'll check back in with you when that's all good. Some time has passed, and I have been changed. So yeah, I have actually got busy. I have made a little interior to a little storage area. It's really terrible. This is not my standard of quality, but I threw it together. I knew I would have visitors, and I decided to throw a little something for you guys. I also have villagers, and they have grown up. Doofus 1 and Doofus 2, they did inbreed, and now we have an entire family, a colony. We have Silk Touch and Mending, as well as a Fletcher, like I said, because I am a good boy and I do as I say. Another thing that we have is two little buildings, two little things. Look at these things. Look, what do you think? Aren't they beautiful? I'm thinking of building my next building here, which will be done with Lightmatica, so I'll make like a time lapse of it, and it's much bigger, and I really like it. Which I will get on. I'll crack on with that soon. But there's also a couple of other things I want to show you, I suppose. This isn't very impressive, but I have a little farm over here, where I'm getting my wheat. So yeah, maybe you'll get excited for that. I haven't yet put somebody in a bath. Go back. Go back. Get out of here. Don't die, Doofus 1. I'm watching you. We're watching him bathe. Bathe for the gold ingots. I'm not about to jump in there and get all the Sif doofus water all over me. I'm not a pig. I'm not a pig. So you can have that gold. I really don't care. I'm so rich. I have so much gold. Okay, so I want to talk a little bit about this build because it uses some techniques that I think are really interesting and I want to get better at through the course of the series. For example, the way that I am shading the build. So this is the brightest block, and then this is the second brightest. Then we go to the spruce, and this is the midtones, and then these are the dark tones, which is dark oak wood. And this color palette works really well, and it really makes a sense of like shading, and I think it does a very good job of that. And then we also have light blue wool, warped wood, and then warped wood planks as well for the dark tones on the roof. And then I went for like a gray scale for the walls in this build and for that build, and also for the next build I'm building up there. So we should probably get rid of that house and those trees to make space. That's better. And you know what else is better? Me getting all these materials. Look at that. Look at these. Look at all these blocks. All these blocklands. Oh, isn't that great? We're gonna be making quite the magnificent build in a couple of minutes. But before we crack on with that, I think we better give this pig the name he deserves. Oh, look at him. Look at him. Aren't you handsome? Another thing with this series is that conventional progression isn't something I care very much about. We will still be fighting the Ender Dragon and doing the trial chambers and such, but I don't really care very much about getting like the best armor or playing with like anything to do with combat and whatnot. I care more about these builds. Like I said, I'm very inspired by building with Bdubs, so I want to see if I can progress with that. We're going to make this all look better with better coarse dirt and green terracotta and moss and whatnot, making this whole bottom area look better. Maybe have a river coming through, add some of the trees, some of the bushes. Before we get on to that, I think it's important that we finish this build. Let's cut to the time lapse. Why, hello there. Look at that! Isn't that beautiful? Isn't that scrumptious? Look at that, look at these clouds. Look at this terraining that I did a little bit off camera. Doesn't that look swell? As I said before, I'm imagining the sun's like up over there. You can see with this build, you have the highlight with this light blue wool and with the smooth stone. That's where the sun's hitting quite hard, as well as this jungle planks. But on this build, where it's actually higher up, you got these bits of calcite, and these calcite are like even brighter spots, and it really helps draw your eye to like over there and over there. It's really good. And these clouds, the shape of these clouds, it really like it adds a sense of motion to the build. I don't think it's it's a lot of motion. I also think there's a lot more detail that we should add to this build later, but I think in general the way that this build kind of flows feels very nice. And I also like this little offshoot rim, which I don't know what to do with that, but I really like that as well. I did do some terraforming off camera, just because I just decided to hop back in and do a little bit more work, and I think it adds a lot. I want to get green terracotta, but we don't have any cactus, and that's going to take a while to get. So besides that, I suppose we can walk through it a little bit. Let me just get some armor. Now, as for the interior, I haven't done anything for that yet. Probably I'll have to do a little bit of that next episode. It's basically just a mob spawner. That's basically all this is. If we go here, yeah, there's a creeper and a villager. So this is basically just a mob spawner. So it's not very useful at the moment, but we will move in there next episode. So look forward to that. And then I also did these. I wanted to do very simple windows for the front, because I would rather do bigger details in another episode. So these are just like very simple windows. These, I used different wood for where I think the shadows will be. So this is brighter, this is darker, same with the planes, the glass planes. And so I did want to do a little bit of detailing on the build itself, because I thought And I didn't do a lot of detailing for this build on the outside. I thought I should do that perhaps between episodes, or maybe like a little bit during episodes. But I did do some windows. The darker windows have darker blocks, darker panes, for example. These have white panes and jungle wood, and this one is spruce. There's another thing I also added, which is you might find it a little bit funny. These doors go nowhere. Like, they don't work, but I just added it because it's like, probably someone wants to walk on this plank, right? I don't really have a use for this build either. Maybe we should put our prisoners in here. That could be pretty fun. And then I want to do some terraforming, obviously, with this area, make the terraforming look a lot better. And then add a lot more detail. Like, I want to do stuff with villagers next episode, and I also want to do an interior for this build. That's going to be the plan. But for now, that's about it. You know, there's nothing much left to say. I guess I'll see you in the next one. Bye.